What we're going to be looking at today is finding out what my C value is if I already have found on my linear equation the M value or the gradient. So we've been given 2 points and we found the gradient, and now we're going to find the y-intercept or the C value of my linear graph. In example 1, it's the same as the previous video. If I know a line passes through the points 4, 3, and 6, 9, I could have plotted them on the grid and worked out the gradient of my line, or I could have used my gradient value. So I could have said it was the 9, the y value, minus the 3. So that's why I got the 9 minus 3 over there. And the 6 of my x values minus the 4. Is that values over there. I've got 6 over 2, which gives me 3. So I had a gradient of 3. That means M was 3. So I have an equation so far, and I know in my y equals 3x plus I still don't know what C is, and we're going to find that out now. Now what I need to do is choose one of these points to substitute back in. I'm going to choose the 4, 3 one. Just because they're smaller numbers, it doesn't matter whichever one I choose, it will still work. You can try it with the 6 and the 9 when I'm done. So I've got y equals 3x plus c. Wherever I see a y, I'm going to substitute 3. So I'm going to put my 3 in there for my y equals 3. 3x means 3 times x. So I'm going to multiply 3 with my x value, which is 4 plus c. So I'm going to have 3 equals 3 times 4 is 12 plus c. Now I need to take this 12 to the other side, so I'm going to minus 12 from both. So I've got c by itself. This is solving in algebra. 3 minus 12 is minus 9 equals c. So I now can see that my equation is y equals, I've already found the 3 from my gradient from the previous exercise, and plus negative 9. And if you've got a plus and a minus next to each other, we write it as 3x minus 9. You could have just gone straight to the minus 9. I'm just showing how I found that. And that is the equation of my graph. Let's do another one. What I'm going to do now, sorry, I just had some scribble there. What I'm going to do now is we are just going to carry on from this equation. Again, we have found what my gradient was, so that is all over there. If you want to pause and just look through that, do that now, but I'm just going to go on with finding the C. Now, we have found that the gradient was 1 over 4. So if I've got y equals 1 over 4x plus c, so y equals 1 over 4x plus c, I am going to substitute one of these points in there to find out the other one. So I'm going to put in the 5 over 4, just because they're both positive, and it makes it be less likely to make mistakes if they're both positive. It really doesn't matter which one you substitute in, though. So wherever I see a y, I'm going to put my value of 4. And wherever I see an x, I'm going to put the value of 5. So I've got 4 is equal to 1/4. And 1/4 x means 1/4 times x. So 1/4 times x is 5 plus c. Now, if I've got 1/4 times 4, I can just times by 4 on both sides, because that actually equals 4 equals 5 over 4 plus c. If you remember multiplying your fractions, you can just change 5 to 1 over 4. So I'm going to carry on with this question over here. And I'm going to say, well, 4 equals 5 over 4 plus c. So I'm going to times up by 4. So 16. 4 4 is 16 equals 5 plus c. And then I just need a minus 5 on both sides. So 11 is equal to c. Now that means I can just write my equation as y equals 1/4 x plus 11. That is positive in this case, and that is all that I need to do. What I would like you to do is pause now, and you can do this next little sum, and you can carry on, see if you can finish it, and then have a look and see if what you've done is the same as what I'm about to do. Pause now. you were looking obviously at this, so hopefully you've unpaused and you've got the answer. So let's just have a look. We found our m again from the previous video. What we are now going to do is use y equals minus 3x plus c. I'm going to choose one of these values. I'm going to choose 1 and 2 just because they're both smaller and there's no negatives. Again, it doesn't matter which one I choose. Wherever I see a y, I'm going to put a 2 equals negative 3x is 1, so it's times 1 plus c. So 2, this will be 2 equals minus 3 plus c. So add 3 to both sides, that'll be 5 equals c. So my final equation should be y equals minus 3x plus 5. Hope that was helpful. Thank you for listening.